Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to University Christian Church. Welcome to all of you who are scattered throughout our front lawn here, and welcome to all of you who are watching on our live stream on Facebook Live and YouTube. I'm grateful that all of you are here this evening. My name's the Reverend Dr. Caleb Lines. I'm the senior minister here at University Christian Church, and wow, what an event this is going to be. What an unusual event and a very interesting event that we've never tried before here at University Christian Church, to have this art gallery. And as you all know, we have been online only for over a year now. And so it's very exciting to be together in person. This is our first in-person event in over a year where we've invited the community. And so we're very grateful that you're here this evening. You know, one of the reasons that we're here tonight is because a couple of months ago here at University Christian Church, there was an act of hatred and vandalism, and our Black Lives Matter banner was splattered with pink paint, and our rainbow doors that are here behind me were torn down. And then we put a new Black Lives Matter banner right back up, and we hung the doors right back up, and within a few days, the doors had been torn down again. And so I'm so grateful for the folks who repainted the doors and hung those right back up. But you know, as we were talking, we thought, what a better time than Good Friday, the day when we remember Jesus' crucifixion and death, to remember that even though hate might win the day, that love always wins in the end. And so this afternoon into the evening here, we are remembering that love wins, and we are so grateful for this. So if you are here, there are a number of ways that you can participate throughout the evening. First of all, the artists who have created artwork on how they see Jesus are over here, and you can vote on your favorite. If you're watching online, you can view those online. I'll put a link in the comments in a minute. It's also on the event page. And then there are works of art that have been created by the students at Hillcrest Preschool here at University Christian Church, and you can go and take a look at those. Then over on this side, there are Stations of the Cross. And if you would like to walk the Stations of the Cross, you can do those. And then starting here in just a couple of minutes, we'll be doing a poetry reading with three local poets that our own M.G. Perez will introduce in just a moment. And we're so grateful for all of you being here. So thanks to the poets who are here. Thanks to the artists who have created artwork. Thanks to Shauna Lines, who created the Stations of the Cross. And I want to say a huge word of thanks to M.G. Perez, who took the lead on organizing this incredible event and has been a part of every stage of this. And also to Pastor Marcella, who has helped to organize this event and helped to organize all of the artwork. Thank you so much. I'll invite up M.G. Perez to introduce our poets. M.G.?
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Hillcrest. How are we doing tonight? Hello. All right. Woo! So, in case you didn't notice, Black Lives Matter. Yes, they do. We are at, yet again, a challenging time in our country right now, as hate continues to spread and as horrible abominations continue to happen to people of color. The good news is there is a solution. One thing I do in my life is I'm very involved in theater. In fact, I'm founder of the San Diego Theater Connection, which is an online grassroots organization. We promote local theater, and we also raise awareness, donations, and volunteerism for nonprofits across San Diego County. We are happy to be co-sponsoring this event this evening. And so, our artistic response to the hate will come in the form of some original, beautiful poetry. We have three great poets who are here with us this evening to present. And I think the message that they bring is not only appropriate for the day, but also for the mission that we are all united behind to make sure that hate does not win, and it will not. And this Good Friday, love wins. So we will begin with, okay. This poet is a beautiful man that I have just met, and he has an original piece that he will be performing for you this evening. So without further ado, I will introduce Mr. Anthony Azarito. Anthony.
Hello, UC Church. How are we doing? How's everybody doing here this beautiful afternoon? I'm Anthony Azarito. I'm a local MC and poet, born and raised here in San Diego, and I have a very special piece to perform for you today, and it's called Spiritual G, or one of them. Call me a sinner with the heart of a beast. So please, listen close. Don't get up and try to leave. Sit down quietly and hear this poet preach. Yeah, I keep my demons close to me because they pretend to be on my team. They pretend to be inviting, but they are driven by greed. And that is why I spend most nights down on my knees. And that is why I call myself a spiritual G. Because I know where I'll be resting in peace. I'm going to have a nice bed with some pearly white sheets. So where you going to be when the day comes and your soul leaves? Won't you wish that JC died for you like he died for me? They count the blessings in the form of scientific facts. I count my blessings with an angel on my back, and I trust that God's got a grasp on my thoughts in the glass, and I might have a couple of blood clots, but lots of laughs. There could be a couple of cops in the clash, but I'm still going to be an artist with a task, ink spots, arts, and crafts, but I still ain't perfect. I ain't a stranger to sin, but I still think living is worth it. And the answer hasn't been found, man, but I'm going to keep on searching. And even if the devil's holding the crown, I won't become one of his merchants. And my faith will never break, even if they burn down 100 churches. And I might have the face of a clown, but I act like an average person because it's worth it. So, if you sleeping on me, I'm talking to you about Christ. You think I'm just spitting out loud tonight into this mic for no reason, like this is some cashless heist? Asking for a slice of fried gold at a low sticker price? Don't think for a second you can buy your way into heaven. That's not right. This world's got your mind in a locked vice. Break free from those chains and spread the truth like lice. But if you're down to dwell in hell and burn to ashes, be my guest. Your body will be as useless as a piece of plastic, and the last light that you'll see is from the closing of your casket. And then all the dirt weighs down on you as the pastor preaches of the vastness, and all the knowledge and the teachings that you've practiced. That part's the saddest. People know who God is, but they choose not to believe. They acting like a fascist. Eventually, they'll want to change in their life. So they looking in the mirror, face full of tears, veins popping out, anger drawing near, no solutions have appeared. So selling their souls didn't seem to be so severe. I promise you $1 million career. That's the devil in your ear, man. Sometimes you just gotta face your fears, erase your tears, raise your glass to God and say cheers. But it's hard. I know it's hard. Life is hard because, you see, I'll admit, I'm no different. I'm always on in an emotional binge, and forgive me, Father, for my bucket full of sins. There isn't just a little bit, it's filled to the brim, and I only pray to you when I'm in trouble, but never before it begins. Why is that, you ask? I couldn't tell you. I didn't pay attention in that class. I always have my hand out, reaching for another whiskey glass, and continued wasting days picking up pieces of my broken past. I should have asked for your direction. As I was crashing around them curves, reflections of myself were the only judgment that got on my nerve, and your presence turned into lessons that needed to be heard. Even when I lost faith in myself, you were there to heal the hurt. Because maybe then it wasn't my turn. Maybe I had to go through these struggles because maybe then I learned. But at least I'm consistent though, right? I don't ever listen. I try to play the victim every time I think I'm getting played by the system. And then you just kept on giving me missions, Lord. I kept on fostering it into fiction. In addition, I couldn't even pray to you in the place where my faith was built in. Then I got people asking me, you really call yourself a Christian? Head twisted, faced with a split decision. Don't really know where I'm going, but I don't really want to go somewhere else than not Hell's Kitchen, Heaven's Gates. But just like most folks, I can't take back things that I've spoke. Regrets aren't what I hold, but they act like I'm their servant and they're not my host. So, no more walking on low roads, no longer lost and unknown. I've got my soul in the zone, so just carry the cross to find your way back home and answer the call, because God's waiting on hold. So this next piece is called Dare to Explore. The floodgates have opened wide. Running full sprint, eyes closed tight. Not a solid floating device of any type. Absolutely no shorelines in sight. This imaginary abyss keeps twisting at my insides. And just as my pen writes, fear's beginning to haunt my soul. With a snorkel and a pack of smokes, alone at the surface. Upper body exposed, breathing's not under control, feeling nauseous. Mass panic starts to unfold, stargazing while my heartbeat keeps racing. An irritating sensation leads to irritating blood flow. So, summertime, no pressure, only in the snow is when the frostbites tend to hurt the most. No, experiencing the aftermath is almost like a murder scene. Completely severe, yet not severely complete. Words can be found or consumed, but no one has to pay attention for us to preach. It's like listening to a muted beat, and there's cracks within the concrete. Can't you see? I need a splash of caffeine to master this fatigue, a flask of gasoline to ignite the pastor in me, because I can hear the waves crashing. And once again, the floodgates open wide. But this time, I'll be walking tall and upright, standing in the shallows, waiting for the high tides to die. And hopefully tonight, as I override my own lie, every citizen starts to recognize, not just reload the hype. Every day is a constant struggle. I've been stirring the pot with metal knives. Water's boiling, levels rise, sending rap sermons up into the sky like monarch butterflies. Destination's unknown, but you know what? It's going to be a hell of a ride. So blast off and analyze a well-advised vessel's size. Can't that be the vibe? I dare you to explore the ups and downs of your lifelines. Let the sunrise melt your eyes. A humbled mind ain't hard to find. We just sometimes ignore the signs. I believe in humankind. I find peace in the divine. No sticks and stones shall shatter my spine, and I dare you to explore just one more time. We all must face the flood before we watch water lines rise. We got one more this time I'm going to do. It's called The Gates. They opened up the gates and I was blinded by the light. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't think I was all right, because last night was the last time I had opened up my eyes and I still had to grasp a hold of my knife. What a side, having too much pain and too much misery. Even in the midst of fame, fear was still with me. Such a mystery to why we become part of the history, but certainly not the time. Developing harsh rhymes laced within my rotten lost mind, landmines that I have crossed over and over and over again. Even when the motion of the cold shoulder grows colder and colder and colder again. Friends become foes, they constantly continue to loosen up their split ends, and no one really seems to lose control of our own compulsive heads. Everyone is so repulsed and starts to boast about their freedom. But please tell me, what are we really free from? We have next up the beautiful, the amazing Stephanie Roche.
Hello, everybody. So, with all of these hateful acts that have, been put upon our communities, I wanted to say this piece to you guys. This poem is called Enough. At this point, my lungs are trash bags filled with what we picked up from those cans. I literally have the right to be heard, but this situation is absurd. Racist police officers not being put on the spot, hearing and seeing that hurts a lot. Because the only thing I brought to this protest was words that I hope you would embrace to make a change, but that wasn't the case. Remember, you serve to protect, not neglect the power behind the badge. Your job is to be a peace officer in 2021, not slave patrol. But that's right, the history of what you do was never told. So here I stand with the bold sign in hand, now have a story on how I ran from the tear gas can in your hand. Also, with so much attacks on the LGBTQ plus community, here's this poem. Oh, what did you say? Homophobic vibes got me rhyming. In this current timing, as my thumbs are typing, now you've been put on my bad list, but apparently you don't like who I kiss. Let me tell you, better keep those lips shut, as of right now, you gotta be, possibly knocked out. That narrow-minded brain needs to change. My heart only races to be humble and kind, but dang, you now got me to rhyme. And watch out, in the blink of an eye, I could become a devil in disguise. But why would I want to idolize that state? Huh? I turned off the TV. I logged off social media. Minding my own business is not going to fix this. Only pressure, only emails, only calls, only opening my mouth to the most obvious. Money. How can the ones with money sit at the table and discuss? Can they just represent what needs to occur? We have to come this far and fight. This will never be over, but we hope that generations come, look each other in the eye, and just see human, see blood, and see our pain within one another. And may we act in only unconditional love.
Okay, how is everybody? Are we hanging in? Do we love poetry? Do we all agree that love wins today on Good Friday? Because that's what I am here to celebrate. I'm here to celebrate love winning on Good Friday, and I love community, and I love that today we are feeling comfortable enough to be around each other. I'm sure we've all missed being in community and being in close proximity of each other and feeling God in between the spaces that fill us up here, and it's just so wonderful to meet you all in this way, in this strange upside down year that we found ourselves in. So I'm Sunny Ray, and it's so wonderful to share tonight with you and poetry with you. When I was trying to pick out poems that were fitting for the mood and everything that we're celebrating and we're healing together, sadly enough, a poetry book that I wrote in 2016 is still relevant today. How upsetting is that? I'm not okay. And I know we've had enough. I know we all agree love does win. So let's keep that in mind. Let's amplify that and enjoy community tonight, because I know we've all missed it so much. Do we remember the attacks on Charleston? Do we remember the attacks on Charleston? Okay. I've never felt more ashamed to be white, more ignorant, more punish-worthy, humiliated, shamed, guilt, sick over the unhelpable, the unchangeable, the missed point. It's not really my skin, nor was it theirs. It was the hate. Someone failed him, and probably those people were failed as well, to ever learn love. But not Cynthia Hurd, not Susie Jackson, Ethel Lance, Reverend Middleton Doctor, not the Honorable Reverend Pickney, not Sanders, not Reverend Daniel Simmons, not Reverend Singleton, and not Myra Thompson. They not only loved and included and worshiped with their hearts, they never failed. They never failed, and they never failed themselves, their God, or their people that they left behind, who through them and through their guidance and legacy and leadership, they left family behind, who for days were being robbed of their loved ones. They still loved you. They still forgave you. You didn't ask for it. You didn't even want it. With your smug expression on your face. But they showered you without resistance anyway. Truly like the likeness of God. Truly a marvel, a sight to see. You didn't win. They won. They were set free by seeing God in all, even those with the most evil and hate. You didn't divide. You brought them together. Love won. Let this be a lesson to all who test a community of believers. Let their death not be in vain, but rather a testament of who and what and how love won. You did not leave me hating my black neighbor. You left me ashamed to have anything in common with you. Thank you. I hope the mic's okay. Is it coming in and out? Okay. So I haven't attended this church until today, but I did attend Mission Gathering, which was a similar in of open and affirming. Take me to gay baby Jesus church. I think we found something similar. I've found a place of belonging where my pastor, he's openly gay. I wedge in between same-sex couples, these children with her fingers in her hair, his hand on his lap. And together we cry and we laugh and we sing in love and adoration. And it's the first home in a church I've ever felt. I tried to follow the poetry of Jesus in the past, but the sex scandals, the hypocrisy, my God, the hate, wrought away my love for the movement. The comforting feeling and tradition I left, and I loathed the mega churches. They have space big enough to convert to homeless shelters, but don't. Money, so tacky. Shoved in our faces with the fancy pamphlets and the ridiculous rock concerts. Not this all gathering in my hood. I found it one night when I was attending a burlesque show. It was in a frickin' church. I knew I had to follow up and see what kind of like-minded loons would allow such a scene. And there they were, these same-sex couples and me. And I wondered if they'd accept me. My love for men really does run deep. I hope they'd still want to hold my hand and not fear that my presence would rock their stable families' homes. But fear aside, I showed up on Sunday. I couldn't believe it. They adored me and I them, and this space, and the strangeness, and the communion with my gay baby Jesus. And I giggled inside. Yeah, this would be the scene that I was always meant to be seen in and through and as. It felt so good to be inside walls again and not feel shame to be part of a religion that others turned into a cult of bigotry and hate. Love one. Thank you. This is fun. These are ones I don't normally read. Life isn't here to harm you. It's here to invite you. Pain pressures you into the hand and into the body and into your freaking life. It sets you on fire so that you'll jump back and sideways and move past the painful moments. Let those invite and escort you into your higher achievements that could not be met at these low frequencies. Move with it, not against it. Dance with your problems. Be thankful for your past and the moments, the kisses, the jobs, the loved ones who were so great. Trust that there's a reason they're not great anymore. Get on your flight. Everything you want, it's waiting for your arrival. Thank you. Memorial Day. I think of women visiting graves with children, women who made children in love and wonderment and promises, with thoughts shouldering them for an inviting full future. Memories that would look similar to their childhoods, breakfast in bed made by tiny hands, the sound of packages being ripped into, kisses that united and reconfirmed, being desired and understood just as you are. And regardless of my feelings on war, my ideal thoughts of how we should be, there are broken families and crying children lonely at baseball games where their daddies will never see the score to the major plays. And today, just for one day, it shouldn't matter. Our personal thoughts on how to acquire freedom or to keep the world at bay. What matters is that somebody else's beliefs, they believe in you in spite of your possible non-support. You were worth defending anyway, even with the weight of possible loss of their own future with their own families. They individually decided it's better to father a nation rather than just a family of four. And they died and lost and left to rot. And today we remember them and we show respect to their families who took in all this pain so that some invisible face could love on you, protect you, and become another name that you add on Memorial Day. Thank you. I know that's a hard one, right? We have so much tension. And if only we can find space and neutrality and just choose love and remember at the end of the day the intentions going into everybody. And as much as we can just not lump up groups and love people as individuals, I think we're going to make it. I think we're going to make it through this tension. I believe in love. Last one. To the children. May you grow up differently. May you be inspired by all that you see to run. May you change and charge and alter the future and your flimsy family's flame. May you burn brighter. May you be completely set on fire. May you see in yourselves the sons and the daughters of your grandparents who once had great hopes and expectations in your parents who failed you. But may you never fail you. May you be forgiving and kind and know damn better than the rest of us to assume or to judge. May you hug your past in memory and hold on to your future, and may that be a distant silhouette, an obsession of grace and of happiness. May you obtain and embody that silhouette and allow it to crowd over your dirty now young body and grow into the character you forever are now and shall fight to remain, because you are precious, you are outstanding. May we all bend to be like you one day. Thank you. So fun sharing poetry. Thank you so much, MG, for putting this on.
Thank
Thank you so much. Thanks to all three of you for sharing your gifts. We are so grateful to have you here this evening. How wonderful. And thanks to all of you who have come out. So, I am grateful for all of you to have volunteered your time to come and share and make this a meaningful Good Friday. And what poignant messages for us to hear on Good Friday. So thank you so much. All of you who are here in person, I want to make sure that you've seen the art over here and that you've voted. And if you're in person, Pastor Marcella can help you figure out how to vote. If you're watching online, there's a link that's been shared in the comments on Facebook and on YouTube. You can click on that link and vote on your favorite work of art. And so if you're watching online, you can also follow a link to the Stations of the Cross if you'd like to participate in that. So we're going to end the live stream in just a moment, but we'll continue here in person. We'll give you all a few more minutes to vote, and then we're going to sing together. We'll light candles and sing safely with our masks on and with 6 feet apart, but we'll sing a benediction together. So if you're watching online, thanks for joining our live stream. We're grateful that you've been able to be here. Make sure you follow the link to vote, and if you'd like to participate in the virtual Stations of the Cross, follow that link as well. Have a good evening, everyone online.